And let us solve this question. It says, study the ray diagram below and use it to answer the question below. The questions below. Okay. Now we are told to calculate the value of PQR, the refractive index of the prism, the value of E, and the total deviation. Now looking at this, now this is the incident angle. Now if you probably watch the verification of the refractive index of a glass prism, I actually explain all this. So here you have the incident ray, the incident angle, and this is the emergent angle. Alright, for us to calculate for P, Q, and R, now let's just take note of this, that this angle here, angle from here, is equal to the sum of these two angles at this end. Okay, and take note that opposite angle are what? Opposite vertical angle are what? Equal. So which implies that for number one, let's say that 45 now equals to 20 plus what? P. Alright, because 45 is, the angle 45 is equal to the sum of 20 and P. Alright, to this end, we can have it that P equals to, making a P is a formula, we have 45 minus 20, which will give us 25 degrees. Okay, and Q. Now for us to find the value of Q, now let us take note that P and R is equal to what? 60. Okay, so P plus R equals what? 60. Now, and that's because 60, which is an external angle, is equal to the sum of two interior opposite what? Angle. Okay, and sorry, it is R. So, and P actually is 25, so plug in 25 here. Now plus R equals what? 60. Then our R will then become 60 minus 25. Now this should give us 5. This one made a 5 here. So our R equals to 35 degree. Okay. Now to this end here, our Q. Now looking at this triangle here. Now some of angles in a triangle must be equal to what? 180. So to this end, we can say that P plus R plus Q equals what? 180. So and our P is given as 25, our R is given as 35, and our Q is unknown, 180. So when we add this together, it should be 10, it will be 60 plus Q equals 180. So our Q will now be 180 minus 60, which is what? 120. Okay. Alright, and that is that. Now for us to find the refractive index of the prism. Okay, now the refractive index of the prism. Now, which is N equals to sine I all over sine R. Okay, now to this end, what is sine R and what is sine R? Sine I here is 45, so which is sine 45, then all over sine R, which is here, that is the refractive angle, and our P here is our P is 25. That'll be sine 25. Now punching our calculator here, we tend to have, so we have that N, the refractive index of the prism, will give us 1.673, and that is after sine 45 has given us this value, sine 25 has given us, and by dividing we have this. So the next one is number 3, and this is number 2. Now for the next one, we are asked to find the value of the emergent angle. Okay, now for the emergent angle here, take note that n will now be equals to sine E all over sine R. Okay, all right, and where E is actually the emergent word. So here we have it. The refractive index of the prism is given as 1.673 and equals to sine E all over. Now sine R here will actually be the capital R here. Okay, so we can actually replace this one as the capital R. Then an R here is given as 35. So this is sine 35. Now cross multiplying, so finding sine 35 here. Now sine E will then give us 1.673, which is this, times, now sine 35 will give us 0.5736 approximately, then times, so let us multiply, times 1.673. okay, so here we have equals 0.95959, then and so on. So here we have that E will now be the inverse of 0.9595, now which will give us the inverse sign. That will give us 73.7 approximately degree. Okay, all right, and that's that. Now we have to find the total deviation D. Now for us to find D here, let us take note that D is meant to be, which here is actually D1 and here is actually D2. So it meant to be D1 plus what? D2. Okay, now we know D1 but we don't know D2. Okay, and for us to get D2, let us consider this and this. Okay, which means that this angle is equal to this angle here. Okay, all right, so it also implies that for us to get this angle, it means that E minus R. Okay, let us take note that E, this angle here, equals to D2 plus R, which implies that D2 will now give us E minus R, which is, and we've gotten our E to be 73.7, then minus our R, which is 35, and this should give us 38.7. okay, so to that end here, number 4, you can see that D equals to D1 plus what? D2. Okay, and D2 is given as 38, and D1 is here 20, which is this 20, then plus 38.7, which will give us what? 58.7 degree. Alright, if you love what I've just done, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and ensure you click on the notification button to be notified of all my videos. Thank you and God bless you.